Today I wanted to do the pros and cons of being a soccer coach. And I think this goes for any kind of coach. I started coaching just just this year for my little girl, and it was only like for the youth 6-year-olds, 4 to 6-year-olds. So it was kind of like not a professional team, obviously. It's like little 4-year-olds. It was so fun. So a huge pro for me. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun to see them progress. From day one, they were like little shy, didn't want to touch the soccer ball at all, to ending up winning their last like 5 games. And all of the teams that competed us, so you like play them twice. So the first time we played them, my little team was not doing really well. By the end, all of the coaches were like, oh my heck, your team has improved so much. And that was really rewarding. So that was a huge reward. Pro a million is you get to see them progress, and I loved that. Another pro for me is I got to know the girls individually that I coached, and we were able to see some of their little talents and abilities, and that was really rewarding as well. I think a con to coaching is sometimes you, as a coach, are only capable of doing so much. I felt like there was one little girl that seemed like she might have had a really rough home life, and there's nothing I can do as a coach really. Like, I mean, obviously I would report if it was like abuse or other things. You have to do that, but I can't really do anything besides encourage her on the soccer field. So for me, that was rewarding to be able to encourage her, but I think it was a con because I wasn't able to do as much as I wish I could have done for her and maybe even her family. Um, a pro to teaching soccer, I think it helps you learn your skills better. I've been playing soccer for probably close to 20 years, which is a long time. That's so crazy. But going back to the basics and teaching these little tiny 4 to 6-year-olds soccer, it made me have to think and like step back and become a better soccer player because of teaching them. And that was a huge pro for me. A con, it takes up a lot of time. I was doing practice twice a week and then games once a week. And so that was like 3 hours a week of soccer. And that was, I mean, like, and then plus like parents contacting you and going to meetings and little emails. And I mean, it was like a little rec league, so it's not a ton. I can't imagine like a comp league, what would like be going on with that. A competitive league, I guess, not comp league, if you don't know that lingo. So it can take up a lot of time. And to like get approved, I think a con for me is to get approved as a coach because there's so many creepos in the world. You have to go through lots of classes. I think it took me 4 or 5 hours of online classes of how to not be a sex offender and a predator and to stop bullying and all of this crazy stuff, which is like important to acknowledge because we want to keep our kids safe. But it was a lot of time and kind of depressing for me because I was like, oh my gosh, there's some weird people in the world and like what kids have to deal with. I think that was really frustrating. So that was a con for me for sure. A pro is I loved teaching my daughter. Like having her on our team was so much fun, and it just gave me and her some one-on-one time. So like if you're able to coach one of your kids or your grandkids, that's just so rewarding. And like my little girl and I would have a lot of one-on-one time practicing and setting up for practice and walking home from practice. It was so great. I would definitely encourage it. And because of that, I think we have a better relationship than what we did when we started. So there's a few pros and cons for coaching for soccer. There's so many more pros and cons on our pros and cons website, prosandcons.com. Please click the subscribe button and comment on some pros and cons of coaching a sport, specifically soccer, because this one's a soccer blog. But any sport of coaching. Have a wonderful night. See ya. Bye.